Hello everybody, this is my second review for Star Trek Online. I know that I've not had many reviews on my first review, then again, I'm just starting out, hoping maybe this video and a few others might push it along, especially since I'm now doing a Vice Admiral level ship and a fleet ship, because it's one and the same. I happen to own both. I did own all three kinds of this ship, but because I got the other two, I decided to get rid of one, the one you get for it just turning a Rear Admiral, and that is, well, the ship generally right in front of me, right here, and that is, as some of you know, the Patrol Escort. Now I'm going to try and speed the video along because I'm using a different software for recording this time than what I would normally, meaning I get like 10-minute videos, and which is fine, but I'm gonna might have some issues of halfway through talking my video stops, so I'm gonna try and edit it out best as I can. So quickly to the point, as I say, we're doing the Patrol Escort refit, which is the Zen version, and it costs you 2,500 Zen, and the Patrol Escort, the Fleet Patrol Escort refit, which costs you 5 fleet modules or 1 if you have the Zen version. So this one only cost me 1. It would normally cost you pretty much the same as it would to buy the Zen. So what is the Patrol Escort? The Patrol Escort was envisioned as Escort with an engineering bent. The Patrol Escort refit Tempest class improves all those original designs by increasing aft firepower that will give Tempest captains new options in combat. So it was made to be slightly engineering, but still a huge damage dealer. The Patrol Escort comes equipped with a Nadian Strategian bomb console, which is brilliant. The bomb console detonates a barrage of Nadian explosives across your target. This weapon also generates Nadian radiation fields in space, creating a deadly hazard to all enemies who might enter. Nadians are the base particles in phaser weapons, so this weapon deals energy damage. So it's phaser based. Well, the phaser are based off this. So that's good. The Patrol Escort Tempest class also comes with an aft-firing Tempest railgun. This unique dual cannon is set up to fire on target in the rear 90-degree arc of the Patrol Escort and default to the rapid fire 1 firing mode. What that means is where normally you would not be able to get a dual or a dual heavy in the rear, the aft firing position, which is this side of the ship, you know, from the back. This has one. It's given a railgun, it's fused, you cannot move it. Say, I wish you could, because I have 2 of these ships, both of them have it. I'd like to combine them onto one, but you can't. And it continually fires at rapid fire 1, which is brilliant. So you get if like myself, you get caught in tractor beams quite a bit, and you've not got your strategic maneuvering or anything, you've still got a rapid fire dual cannon firing away at the ship that you're holding you, if you're facing away, of course, which I often find myself doing. Like the other cannons, the aft firing Tempest railgun can be modified by scatter volley and higher rank rapid fire bridge officer abilities. Basically meaning if you have rapid fire 2 and 3, that will improve the firing rate of your Tempest railgun. So not only will fire rapid fire 1, you can change that with an ability to rapid fire 2. Once the rapid fire 2 runs out, it goes back to rapid fire 1. So the aft firing Tempest railgun is fused to its own slot and does not fill one of the ship's 3 aft weapon slots. It cannot be removed. So this ship would normally have 3 rear aft firing slots. This one has 4, but one of them must be the rear firing Tempest railgun. So there you go. I mean, you've got 3 weapons like normal, but they give you an extra one you can't choose. The Patrol Escort refit configuration includes the Tempest, Hermes, I can't pronounce that one, sorry, and the Devilfish classes. Purchase this ship unlocks the Tempest class costume for all Patrol Escorts. And it's an escort, so it gives you plus 15 to weapons. It can load cannons, dual heavy cannons and everything. It gives you that special console, the Nadian Stratagen bombs, and of course the fused aft Tempest railgun. In terms of your bridge officers, your boss seats, you have a Commander Tactical, a Lieutenant Commander Engineering, a Lieutenant Science, and a Lieutenant Commander Universal. It's one of each plus a choice to make it either you want to make it more tactical or more engineering, or if you just want to make it more science, that's totally up to yourself. In form of consoles, you get 2 engineering, you get 5 tactical, and 2 science. Your 4 weapons, you have 4 of them. You have 4 aft weapons, a base hull of 31,500, shield modifier of 0.95, a base crew of 2,000, a base turn of 16, and 2 device slots. On this one, all the information is very same, other than, I believe even your bridge seats are the same, but you get an extra engineering console, and you get an extra 4,150 hull. So your hull's increased. And your shield mod is also increased to 1.04, when it was only 0.95. Those are the differences. Now, as we said, this one though comes with the Maelstrom skin, the fleet colour with the Maelstrom body, which has this nice little, you're not round, you're kind of, I wouldn't really know how to describe what shape that is, but it just, to me, it looks better. So yeah, that's the difference in the stats. Now, I've already equipped the fleet version, because that's the one I'm going to be flying around in. And for some reason, whenever I go into this, no matter how I save the look, it always reverts back to the Devilfish. No idea why. So I'm going to go the Tempest skin, and the way I get my Maelstrom look is by going into the Advanced and just changing it to Maelstrom. As I say, I'm going to keep it like that because I think the Tempest looks great, but with this colour scheme, and the Maelstrom just looks better with its shape. So yeah, we're just going to purchase that. And say I'm going to jump here, not there, my ship selector, and I'm going to show you, this is of course the Tempest. It comes standard with Mark 10, a phaser beam array, photon torpedo, a dual cannon, a dual heavy cannon, standard Mark 10 operational gear, as in like shield, deflector, warp core, and impulse. This is your fused railgun. Again, cannot remove that no matter how hard you try. So you're stuck with it. 1 turret, photon again, and a beam array. And this is the special console. 1 per item, 1 per ship, and it can only be equipped to the patrol escorts. But it can be equipped to all the patrol escorts. For instance, my Ares. As you can see, I've already done the setup. I'm going to go through that in a minute. I'm going to have to pause my video now, and I'm going to continue, got into space, and I'm going to continue the video there. So yeah, I'm just going to pause it now, and I'll see you in a minute. And hello again, this is my continuation from the few seconds ago, where I told you about the Maelstrom class and the Tempest class. So this is the Tempest class in space. Now, as you can see, I'm above Earth, not far from Earth space dock, over Europe at the moment, because that's where I'm situated right now. I'm in Scotland, right here in Glasgow. So yeah, this is what the Maelstrom class looks like in space. This is my personal favourite one, which I call the USS Ares. As you can see, you get a decent power tree. I mean, I'm using no auxiliary so I don't put anything in. The ship is fast, so I don't need to put too much into my impulse engine, impulse power. Speed. Shields, I like to keep my shields quite high, more than halfway, and of course weapons get the rest of the power. That's just how I do it. Now I'm going to go and do my setup. Sorry about that. So first of all, I'm using fleet. Well, I was using all fleet. I must have mixed up a cannon somewhere. Oh well, I need to get a new fleet cannon then. I thought I was using all fleet dual heavies, but turns out I am not. Nah, well. So yeah, I'll be switching that out in a few minutes. Well, once I finish the video. What I'm using: the Advanced Fleet Phaser Dual Heavy Cannons Mark 12. I use the accuracy ×2 and the damage ×2. Not so much for the damage. In terms of a modifier, damage is like, meh. It's just not really. I mean, people like it. I don't. Of course, I'm also using a Phaser Dual Heavy Cannon Mark 12 accuracy ×2 critical damage. Well, I mean, that's actually quite good. I might not waste some of my fleet credits and just keep that just now. Seems to be okay. And of course another Advanced Fleet Phaser Dual Heavy Cannon Mark 12 damage 2 accuracy 2. I am using 2/4 of the Mako set. I'm using the Mako Graviton Deflector Array Mark 12, the Mako Impulse Engine Mark 12, which as a 2 set bonus gets me plus 5% to weapon recharge speed, which is really good. Power recharge speed, sorry. 17.5 starship power insulators, resist shield drain and energy drain. Right, I'm not got the heavy gravitation beam, so that's that. But I don't think I'm going to be. I think for my shield I'm going to go adapted Mako, which will not get me the set bonus. So what this really, of course, for my torpedo, I'll forget that, is my Omega Plasma Torpedo Launcher Mark 12, damage 2 critical hit. This is a reputation weapon that you get from the Borg reputation, the Task Force Omega, I do believe. If I can. Yeah, it's the damage ×2 isn't something I can change on it, it's part of the reputation. As you can see from this, I'm halfway towards getting myself the tier 5 Borg reputation, which means I'll be getting myself the Mako shield. For shields though, I'm using the Advanced Fleet Resilient Shield Array, Mark 12, Cap ×3, Res B. This is a fleet level shield which works brilliant. It's got disruptor damage to shields resistance, plasma damage to shield, and anti-photon damage, which is what I'm facing most. I face off against the Borg and the Voth. Plasma and anti-photon, anti-proton. So having those extra shields, the defenses are brilliant. For warp cores, I'm using the Obulus Subspace Rift warp core. Not really any reasons other than I got it for free. It was given away during the mission. Why not? It's universal level. Year 1. It gives additional 6 auxiliary, which isn't what I'm really looking for because I don't use auxiliary. But there you go. Bonus increase at low levels auxiliary power, plus 10 auxiliary power, allows your auxiliary power to exceed, which I don't need, a maximum warp factor 10, adds, yeah, it gives auxiliary boosts. Not really what I need. I've not found anything worth having outside of this. If I can think of something, I'll change it out. If not, it'll just stay. So, as we said, you've got your Tempest tail gun, which is a rail gun. Sorry, tail gun, which is a rapid fire 1 weapon. It has a modifier of accuracy, damage, arc, and rapid fire. Target 356.4 phaser damage, 648 DPS, damage per second. To self, it takes away 10 weapons power when firing other weapons. That's fine. For the rear, I'm using a phaser turret Mark 12. Again, I did think this was a fleet. I did buy 3 fleet dual heavies and 2 fleet turrets. Don't know what's happened there. I am thinking about, once I get the money, swapping this out for the omnidirectional phaser beam array, which I know is probably going to be really hard to get. Kinetic cutting beam, don't leave home without it. So we all will know what that's for. And of course, an advanced fleet phaser turret Mark 12, again, accuracy and damage, because I like accuracy. I'm using the consoles for my engineering consoles. Engineering enchanted neutronium alloy Mark 11 plus turn rate, which gives me 20 all kinetic damage resistance, 20 all energy damage resistance, and plus 20 flight turn rate, which is good. I'm using 2 of those with the same modifiers. The assimilated module, just have to have it, especially since I've got the cutting beam, the the plasma torpedo, and this, which gives me the set 2 and set 3 bonuses, which is Omega weapon amplifier, 2.5 chance to self amplify Omega weapons, plus 10 current weapon systems, plus 500 current weapon power resistance rate for 3 seconds, plus 5 maximum weapon power resistance rate for 3 seconds, and reactive deflection, 1% chance when hit to reduce all incoming damage by approximately 99% for 2 seconds. This cannot occur more frequently than once every 30 seconds. So as a set 3, it's quite good. Sorry again. For science, I'm using 2 field generators, uncommon Mark 11s, because anything more is just too expensive in my opinion. I mean, I do have the energy credits to spare, but I'm just not really willing to flood out for them yet. I'm using for tactical, of course, I'm using the special console, which is a really good bomb. I'm using, of course, to boost all of my weapons, apart from the plasma and the cutting. I'm even boost this. I'm using phaser relay Mark 11s. Phaser relay Mark 11s, as I say. Again, similar to the field generators. Mark 12s, very rare, are too expensive, and I'm going to be getting rid of them anyway and getting the fleet version in. So I don't feel the need to change that just yet. So that is my build. So let's look at what I get from this. Crew components, 200. Crew recovery rate, 50% / minute. Stealth duration detection rating, which means nothing to me because I'm not a stealth character. But it is 19.30. Power transfer rate 217.75%. 10.9 seconds. I am really looking to hopefully build my hull because I want over 50. But 4935 is a respectable hull. So I mean, having that 49.351 hull, I'm not really too perturbed. It does me well. I'd like to get it above the 50 mark, but you know, whatever. Hull repair rating 164.5%. Shield regeneration rate 181.2%. 2 shields every 6 seconds, and of course, as you can see, my shield configuration is 11,600, which is really good. Kinetic all damage resistance roughly works out at 35.6. I don't know why my phaser is less, but kinetic damage 35.6, and my polar damage is also less. I don't know why that is. Not so sure. Bonus accuracy 10%, critical chance 3.4, crit severity 59.1. So yeah, good. Inertia 60, flight turn 30.46, flight speed, sorry, and flight turn rate is 6.3 degrees per second, which doesn't sound like a lot, but there you go. No problem getting your cannons facing the enemy. You will cut holes through them, no problem. So yeah, and if you're finding issue, just use your evasive maneuvers and you will get ripped through them. Not a problem. So yeah, that's it right now for the build. To say, not really much else to say. Well, sorry, stations. Whoops. For my stations, I'm using the Lieutenant Commander Universal Station for Colosa, or however you pronounce that, which is going to have my Torpedo 1, my Torpedo Spread 2, my Attack Partner Beta. Miller, which is my Tactical Officer for my Commander Tactical, is using TAC Team 1, Attack Partner Alpha, Cannon Rapid Fire 1, and Scatter Volley 3. I'm looking at maybe going back into the mission to get the Jem'Hadar Tactical Officer, so I can use Rapid Fire 3, not Scatter Volley. Get rid of this, maybe get Attack Partner something, another Attack Partner, and yeah. For engineering, I'm using Hull Repair, Engineering Team 1, Reverse Shield Polarity, which, emergency weapons to power. I would have like ejection warp plasma, but it's not a commander station. I'm going to try and pronounce that name from a science officer. I have Science Team 1 and Hazard Emitters 2. Quite good. I say I might swap out that for the Jem'Hadar Tactical Bridge Officer. See how it goes. For traits, now these traits, not really going to go into those. I'm using my space reputation traits. Enchanted Shield System. Increase your ship's shield health in space combat. Plus 10 maximum shield capacity. Only affects certain things. Hull repairing nanites. Increases your hull regeneration both in and out of combat. Superior Shield Repair. Increases your ship's shield regeneration rate. Improved maximum, fortified hull. Improved maximum hull by 5% in space combat. And I also need to look at these. I mean, this is all 10% all damage bonus resistance rating. No, not really. Increased crit severity in space combat. Nope. Passive increases your crit hit chance in space combat. Possible. I mean, See, I might just remove that and put that in. That to me is more useful. So what else? Anyway, I'll look through all this kind of later. So yeah, that is my seating. At the moment, I'll be honest, I haven't yet properly gotten into my tacticals. If I can, active in space, I have projectile weapons officer, Chance to reduce the time to recharge torpedoes. Weapons, energy weapon officer, space, chance to reduce the time to recharge when using subsystem targeting attacks. Don't know, that may not be useful. A warp core engineer, chance to temporarily improve your ship's power on use of any emergency power ability. Emergency power weapons. Development lab scientist, recharge time reduced for space team and buffs. Well, I do use science team, buffs, not space. Science team, I do use science team quite a lot. And photonic studies scientist, reduce recharge time on photonic abilities. That will need to get removed. Don't use beams. Chance for beam overload, don't use beams. Cannon, recharge time reduced for tactical team 1. Well, that's more useful. Well, and he goes. Yeah. Well, that's everything. As I say, I will be putting this video up, and I'm going to put me doing sorry about that. That was, I don't know where that was. I'm going to put up some videos of me doing some STFs, mainly the Borg, but not now. I'm just being conscious of time. I'm almost up to the 30-minute mark. So yeah, that is what you need to know about the Patrol Escort refit, the Tempest and Maelstrom classes. I'm just going to quickly switch out ships for the USS Nevada, which is the Tempest version of this ship, the non-fleet. This is the Zen version. Yeah, that was a glitch. There we go. And that's what this one looks like in space. And that's all. Thank you for viewing.